Have you ever stood in the kitchen, reached for a banana, and then stopped? Maybe a family member warned you. Bananas are loaded with sugar. Diabetics shouldn't touch them. Or maybe you read somewhere that even healthy fruits can spike blood sugar. So now you're left holding this simple, everyday fruit and wondering if it's a mistake. And you're not alone. For seniors living with type 2 diabetes or anyone trying to manage blood sugar after 60, food choices can feel confusing. What's allowed? What's risky? And why do the answers keep changing? So let's ask the real question. Do bananas actually raise blood sugar too much? Or is this popular fruit just misunderstood? Because here's the truth. Bananas are rich in natural sugars, yes, but they also offer fiber, potassium, and key nutrients that could support your heart, your digestion, and even your mood, especially as we get older. The key, it's not about cutting bananas out completely. It's about learning how to eat them in a way that works with your body, not against it. So in this video, we're diving into the facts. No hype, no fear. You'll learn what type of banana is best for blood sugar stability, why portion size matters more than you think, the best time of day to eat a banana and the worst, and how simple food pairings can turn a potential sugar spike into a slow, steady fuel source your body actually benefits from. Because food shouldn't be a source of stress, especially not fruit. And with the right knowledge, you can enjoy bananas confidently and wisely. Quick question before we go on. Have you been avoiding bananas lately? Or do you still sneak one in now and then? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're looking for more real-world tips to help you eat well, feel good, and take control of your health after 60, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps us reach more people just like you. Ready to bust some banana myths? Let's get into it. 1. Why bananas get a bad rap? Let's start with something that causes a lot of confusion. Sugar. Bananas are naturally sweet. That part's obvious, but what many people don't realize is that not all sugars behave the same way inside your body. See, there's a big difference between natural sugars, like the kind found in whole fruits, and added sugars, like the ones found in cookies, soft drinks, or even that healthy breakfast bar on the shelf. Natural sugar comes packaged with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. It takes longer to break down, and it comes with nutrients your body actually needs. Added sugar, on the other hand, is stripped of fiber. It rushes into your bloodstream fast and gives you very little in return. So when people say bananas are full of sugar, they're technically right. But what they miss is the context. Here's where it gets interesting. There's something called the glycemic index, or GI. It measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar after eating. And bananas? Well, they can vary quite a bit. A fully ripe banana, soft and speckled with brown spots, has a higher GI. That means it can cause a faster rise in blood sugar, especially if you eat it on an empty stomach. But a slightly green or just ripe banana, that one has a lower glycemic index, thanks to something called resistant starch. It digests more slowly, and that means a gentler effect on your glucose levels. So yes, bananas contain sugar, but how your body reacts depends on the ripeness, the portion, and what you eat it with. And that's good news, because it means you don't have to cut bananas out entirely. In fact, what if I told you there's a smarter way to enjoy bananas, one that actually works with your blood sugar instead of against it? Coming up next, the peel color trick that could change the way you look at this fruit forever. 2. What type of banana is best? Here's something most people never think about when they eat a banana. The peel color can completely change how your body reacts to it. Let's break it down. You've probably seen bananas at three stages: green or mostly green bananas, firm, slightly starchy; bright yellow bananas, soft but not spotted; spotted or brown speckled bananas, fully ripe, extra sweet. Now here's what matters if you're managing blood sugar. Green bananas contain a special kind of carbohydrate called resistant starch. This starch acts more like fiber in the body. It digests slowly, doesn't spike your blood sugar as fast, and helps feed the good bacteria in your gut. That's a win-win for both digestion and glucose control. As bananas ripen and turn yellow, that resistant starch converts into sugar. The more yellow, and eventually brown, they become, the faster they raise your blood sugar after you eat them. That's why spotted bananas rank higher on the glycemic index and are best eaten sparingly or paired carefully. For seniors with type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes, this matters more than ever. Our metabolism naturally slows down with age, and insulin sensitivity often declines. That means even small food choices, like how ripe your banana is, can make a real difference in how your body feels. So what's the best option? A banana that's yellow with just a hint of green. It's still soft enough to enjoy, but firm enough to contain some of that blood sugar-friendly starch. Think of it as the Goldilocks banana. Not too starchy, not too sweet. Just right. And here's a bonus tip. If you enjoy smoothies, try slicing a green-tinged banana and freezing the chunks. Toss them into a blender with spinach, plain yogurt, or a handful of nuts. You'll get the flavor and texture without the sugar surge, because sometimes one small change in color can create a big change in how your body responds. 3. The Senior Smart Serving Size. When it comes to bananas, and honestly most fruits, portion size is everything. Because even the healthiest food can become a blood sugar trap if you eat too much of it at once. Here's what most people don't realize. A medium banana has around 27 grams of carbs, about the same as 2 slices of white bread. But if you eat just half, you cut that number down to about 13 or 14 grams, a much safer range for blood sugar balance, especially if you're over 60. On a plate, that's roughly a 3.5 to 4-inch piece, about the length of your palm. Visually, it's less than you're probably used to, but physiologically, it's often just right. Here's why. As we get older, our pancreas produces insulin a little more slowly. Our cells may not respond to that insulin as efficiently. That means our body takes longer to clear sugar from the bloodstream, especially after meals. So what used to be a harmless snack in your 40s, now it might linger in your system a bit longer. And over time, those little spikes can add up. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up fruit. You just have to listen to your body and learn how to portion it wisely. Here's a helpful trick. When you bring home bananas, take a few minutes to pre-slice them in half, right through the peel. Store them in a container or sandwich bag in the fridge or freezer so they're ready to go. This way, you're never tempted to overeat just because you don't want to waste half. And bonus, you save time later when you're hungry. This isn't about restriction. It's about respecting your body's changing needs without giving up the foods you love. Because sometimes less is more, especially when it helps you feel steady, energized, and in control. Quick question. Are you avoiding bananas or still enjoying them in small bites? Let me know in the comments. And if this helped clear things up, tap like and subscribe for more smart, senior-friendly health tips. Now, let's talk about what happens when you pair your banana with the right foods. In 4. What to eat with bananas. Here's something that can make or break how your body responds to a banana. What you eat with it. See, when you eat a banana by itself, especially on an empty stomach, that natural sugar hits your bloodstream quickly. Your blood sugar rises fast and then crashes. And for older adults with slower digestion and reduced insulin sensitivity, that roller coaster can leave you feeling drained, foggy, or even shaky. But the good news, one small tweak can change that. When you pair your banana with the right foods, especially ones rich in protein, fiber, or healthy fat, you slow down digestion and create a much gentler rise in blood sugar. So what are the best combos? Try it with a spoonful of almond or peanut butter. The fat and protein in the nuts help slow down how quickly the sugar gets absorbed, and you stay full longer. Pair it with plain Greek yogurt. Not only does this add protein and probiotics for your gut, it balances the banana's sweetness and turns it into a nourishing, blood sugar-friendly snack. Or spread almond butter on high-fiber toast, then top it with banana slices. You've got whole grains, healthy fats, and just enough natural sugar to give you sustained energy. This is what doctors and dietitians call a balanced glycemic load, and it's one of the smartest ways to enjoy fruit without the spike. So remember, it's not just what you eat, it's what you eat it with. That simple change can help your banana go from a sugar spike to a steady source of energy, especially when you're over 60. 5. When to eat bananas. Let's talk timing, because when you eat a banana can be just as important as how much. Here's the thing. As we age, our blood sugar tends to be a little more sensitive, especially in the morning. After a night of fasting, your body is in a kind of alert mode. Insulin levels are lower and glucose tolerance isn't at its best. So if you eat a banana first thing on an empty stomach, you're more likely to see a fast, sharp rise in blood sugar. That might explain why you feel jittery or crash mid-morning, even if you thought you had something healthy. Now contrast that with eating a banana after a balanced meal. Say after breakfast with eggs, or after lunch with some grilled chicken. When your stomach already has protein and fiber, the banana's natural sugars get absorbed more slowly. You get the energy boost, without the spike. So here's the rule of thumb. Best time? After a meal. Worst time? On an empty stomach. And if you're an active senior who enjoys walking, gardening, or light workouts, a banana can be a great pre- or post-exercise snack. Just pair it with something like nuts or yogurt to keep things steady. Because sometimes it's not just what you eat, it's when you eat it that makes all the difference. 6. Hidden benefits of bananas up to 60. Let's shift the focus for a moment, because when it comes to bananas, the conversation usually starts and stops with sugar. But there's a lot more going on inside this fruit than people realize. For older adults especially, bananas offer a few quiet superpowers worth knowing about. First up, potassium. As we age, our risk for high blood pressure increases, and potassium is a mineral that helps relax blood vessels and flush out excess sodium, which can support a healthier heart and better circulation. A single banana has over 400 milligrams of potassium, a gentle, natural way to nourish your cardiovascular system. Next, fiber. Bananas, especially the slightly green ones, contain a type of fiber called resistant starch, which supports smoother digestion and regularity. That's something many of us appreciate more as the years go on. And fiber doesn't just help your gut, it also slows down sugar absorption, keeping your energy steadier throughout the day. Then there's vitamin B6. It supports nerve function and brain health and plays a key role in helping your body make serotonin, one of your natural mood regulators. Bananas are one of the best fruit-based sources of B6, which becomes even more valuable as we get older. And finally, antioxidants. Bananas contain compounds like dopamine and catechins, gentle antioxidants that can help fight off cell damage and reduce inflammation over time. So yes, bananas are sweet. But when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, for older adults, the banana isn't just a fruit, it's a functional food. One that supports your heart, digestion, mood, and nervous system, if you eat it wisely. 7. But when should you avoid them? Now, before we wrap up, let's be honest. Bananas aren't right for everyone. While most older adults can enjoy them in moderation, there are a few situations where caution is especially important. If you have chronic kidney disease, for example, your body may not process potassium efficiently. In this case, eating too many potassium-rich foods, like bananas, could cause levels to build up in the blood. That can put added strain on your heart or muscles. If your doctor has advised a low-potassium diet, it's best to follow their guidance and limit or avoid bananas. If your diabetes is currently uncontrolled, bananas, especially ripe ones, may spike your blood sugar more than your system can handle right now. In these cases, your care team might suggest holding off until your numbers stabilize, or recommend very small amounts paired with protein. And for seniors who are bedridden or have very low physical activity, eating too many high-carb fruits without movement may lead to sluggish digestion and higher blood sugar levels over time. So what's the takeaway? If you're unsure, check with your healthcare provider. They can help tailor your fruit intake to your personal needs, medications, and lab results, because your body is unique. And there's nothing wrong with asking for personalized guidance, especially when it comes to staying safe and nourished. Conclusion. So, let's come back to our original question. Can you eat bananas if you have diabetes? Yes, you can, but like many things in life, it's all about how you do it. Here's what we covered today. Portion. Stick to half a banana at a time. Ripeness. Choose one that's slightly green or just ripe to slow sugar absorption. Pairing. Combine it with protein or fiber, like yogurt, nuts, or high-fiber toast. Timing. Avoid eating bananas on an empty stomach, especially in the morning. When eaten mindfully, bananas don't have to be feared. They're not the enemy. In fact, they can be a gentle, nourishing food, supporting your energy, your digestion, and even your mood. So here's your simple challenge this week. Try the half banana trick. Pair it wisely, see how your body responds, and then come back and let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your experience. If you found this video helpful, hit like, tap subscribe, and share it with someone who still thinks bananas are off limits. They might just need this information more than you think. Thanks for watching. And here's to smarter, simpler choices that help you feel your best. One bite at a time.